Welcome to Yoga with Sabrina. This practice is for a good night's sleep. So yoga postures that can help ease the nervous system, steady a busy mind, and really just get us ready for a restful night's sleep. So hope you're wearing something comfortable. You might even be in your PJs, which is totally awesome. You'll need a bolster or a pillow from your bed, and an eye pillow, or you can use a scarf or something to put over your eyes, like a towel, a small towel, and maybe a blanket for your final shavasana if you'd like to cover up. Ensure that you're warm and that maybe the lighting is dimmed in the room if possible. So this is all part of settling in for bed. So bring your supports to the right side of your mat, and we'll come to lying on our back. Let your feet outstretch on your mat just for a moment. Bring your hands to your belly and allow your shoulder blades to relax on your mat. Just take a minute to check in. Find your breath. And take some long, deep breaths so that you can feel your belly moving and your ribs expanding. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Bending your knees, bring your feet to your mat, and just find your hips on your mat. So just feel the back of your sacrum on your mat and the natural curve of your back. Walk your feet in underneath your knees. Tuck your shoulder blades in a little bit. And then just have your prop, your pillow or your bolster nearby. Press into your feet and lift your hips up. We'll come into supported bridge. So bring your pillow or your bolster under your hips and ensure that it's across your sacrum, the big bone in the back of your hips, and that you're really supported in this posture. Bring your hands to your belly again. Breathing in and out. We'll take 10 long, deep breaths in supported bridge. If you find your mind is wandering, just bring it back to your breath. Our breath can be an anchor for our practice, letting us come inward, coming into present moment awareness. Breathe in and out. Last breath. Bring your hands down alongside your mat. And then use your core muscles, your belly and your feet to press yourself back up. Remove your bolster or your support. Off to the side. Keep your hips up for now. Bring your hands down, palms facing down alongside your body. And we'll slowly lower down one vertebra at a time. As if we were attaching our spine to our mat, or it was like a zipper. Just really slowly lowering down. And once your hips are on your mat, just let your knees fall from side to side. It's kind of like a windshield wiper, just massaging your low back a little bit, your sacrum. Slowing it down. When your knees go to the left, maybe turn your head to the right. And when knees go to the right, turn your head to the left. Breathing. And just slowing everything down. Then we'll come back to center. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Hug your knees in, holding in front of the knees. Just a gentle squeeze. Breathe into the belly. And then exhale, release. Just roll to your side and then come up. You can bring your bolster, your support, to the right side of your mat. And then we'll sit up nice and tall. Let your legs extend out. Press your heels away. Reach your heels away and then release. Sit tall, inhale. With your hands on your thighs, start to slowly slide your hands down your legs to come into a seated forward bend. If you'd like, you can bring your pillow from your bed or your bolster onto your knees, onto your thighs, and you can rest your hands and your head on your support. Breathe in and breathe out. We'll take 10 breaths in our seated forward bend. See if you can relax the backs of the legs, your feet and ankles. And your mind. One more breath. And then slowly start to remove your prop. Place it to the side. We're still in our forward bend here. We're not rushing to get out of the pose. Bring your hands down alongside your legs. And then gently lift your head. And then start to slowly come up. Really slow, one vertebra at a time, and your hands will slide on your mat towards your hips. Breathing. Come into a cross-legged position, easy pose. Placing your hands on your knees, inhale at center. And then exhale, gently twist to your right side. Inhale. And then exhale, gently look over your right shoulder. One more breath. Soften your jaw and your hips. Exhale your head back to center, then your shoulders, then your belly. Inhale. Exhale, gently twist to the left. Inhale. Look over your left shoulder. Breathe in. Exhale, head back to center. Shoulders, then belly. Let's take a breath here. And then exhale, release. We'll grab our prop, once again, our blanket or our pillow even, but you don't need it. You'll see why in a minute. So legs up the wall. Placing your bolster, your prop against the wall, a couple inches away. There's no sophisticated way to get into this posture, but how I like to get into legs up the wall is I like to sit on my prop just about part way through, put my hands in behind, allow my glutes to get close to the wall, and then come down onto my right arm and then my left arm, bring my legs up the wall, and then lower down. So you can inch a little bit closer if you need to, but you can get into this pose however feels good for you. Placing your hands onto your belly. Make sure your sacrum is supported if you're on your bolster or your blanket. You're feeling comfortable. There's a slight bend of the knees so that your legs are falling toward the wall. So on a bit of an angle. Your shoulder blades comfortable. Just take your time to get into this posture. I'll give you a couple of moments. If you're already there, breathe in and breathe out. And we'll take 10 long, deep breaths in legs up the wall. Just a couple more breaths. Breathe in, breathe out. Let your mind come to your breath. And then slowly bend your knees. Let your feet come down the wall and then bring your knees in towards your chest. Take a little squeeze here. If it feels good, you can hold onto your feet if that's accessible to you. A little massage of your feet. Squeeze. And then extend your legs all the way up. Press your heels toward the ceiling. Flex your toes toward your knees. Reach, reach, reach. And then release. Bend your knees and then roll off your prop. Coming back onto your mat. You'll bring your pillow or your bolster with you. Lengthwise on your mat. Bring your toes together to touch, knees as wide as your mat. Slide your prop towards your hips and then slowly lower down for a supported child's pose. Bring your forehead or your cheek to your support and take some long, deep breaths. Just allow yourself to sink into the pose. Breathing in and breathing out. You can always place a blanket between your thighs and your calves if you need to elevate the hips a little bit to take some pressure off the knees. Just notice what you need to support your practice. And take a moment to get there and join us when you can. We'll take 10 long, deep breaths in our child's pose, inhaling and exhaling through the nose, just following your natural rhythm of breath. Release any tension in your jaw and the back of your shoulders, your upper back. Soften through your hips and the muscles around your tailbone and your groin. See if you can just sink into your child's pose. Let your feet and your legs relax. 2 more breaths, inhale and exhale. If your head was turned to one side or the other, just take a moment to turn onto the other cheek. And then we'll all slowly start to make our way up. And we'll come into our final Shavasana. Have your eye pillow nearby. You may want to put some socks on or get your blanket. And I think I will put my bolster under my knees because this can feel really good. So if you have your blanket, so under your knees so that your calves are resting on your support. And then come down onto your back. And bring your eye pillow over the eyes. Hands down alongside the body. Just really take your time to get comfortable and supported. And once you're there, start to notice your eyes and soften through your eyes. Your face and your jaw. your neck and your throat. Soften your shoulders. Open through the front of the chest and the collarbone. Your arms and your fingers. Soften through your back body and your belly. Release tension in your hips and your thighs. Soften your knees, your calf muscles, your feet and your ankles, and your toes. And as you inhale and exhale, see if you can just release any tension you may be holding. We'll stay in our Shavasana for 1 minute. I'll let you know when it's time to come out of the posture. If your mind wanders, just come back to your breath. Begin to deepen your breath. Just take a breath in. Wiggle your fingers and toes a little bit. And then remove your eye pillow. And take a moment to bend your knees and squeeze your knees in towards your chest. And then roll onto your right side. Use your right arm as a pillow. Bring your knees in towards your belly, your chest. Take a breath here on your side. And slowly make your way up into seated, easy pose. And gently open your eyes. Bring your palms together at the center of your heart space for prayer. Thank you for practicing with me today, and I hope you have a wonderful night's sleep. Namaste.